We're gonna have a king on c7, pawn on d6, a black bishop on e5, a king on f8, and white bishop on h5. White to move. So this is all about driving the defending bishop away from the control of this square. So here we have what we could classify as the first case. The stronger side's king near his pawn. Wait. The stronger side's king near his pawn and ready to offer a bishop trade. Defending king's far away. The stronger side usually wins. So from here, white goes bishop to f3. He's going to try to aim here to block the black's bishop from this square. Black bishop will move to a4 and c6. Black bishop has to leave the square or allow the exchange. Bishop takes, king e8, and just simply king c7. And the pawn will promote. So without the support of a defending king, the bishop can always be ousted from the diagonals, which controls the advances of the pawn. Of course, then it is clear that the game is won if the pawn crosses the last blockade square. So are there hopes for the weaker side? The bishop needs the king support, but how? So here's another example. King still here. Pawn still here. Black king is behind. Like almost like reverse opposition, like when I did the lesson with the rooks. Like this. So here's the second case. The defending king has reached rear opposition. From this point, he hinders an essential maneuver, which is the... Now the stronger side cannot offer bishop trade without obstructing the pawn. Driving off maneuver does not work. Okay, so after bishop d7, bishop f1. Oh. I think I see. f1, bishop g4, bishop b5. So the point is, in order for us to be able to advance this pawn forward, we need to be able to obstruct the bishop without landing our bishop on the blockade square. We cannot blockade on c6 because the black king eyes that square. e5, take bishop back to d7. He just comes back to e2. If he comes to c6, black bishop goes to g4. And that's a draw. However, I want to see something. If we move the king back here, and we do the same, try the same thing with the king not eyeing the c6 square. So he goes back. Let's say go here, and he comes back to this square. Actually, no, let's have the bishop go to d1 instead. Let's say f5, bishop goes to a4. But now we can go e4. The bishop cannot move off this diagonal, or the pawn moves up. I mean, say king goes up like this, blockade. Yeah, okay. And the pawn promotes. All right, so if the king is not in the area, like if the king is not eyeing the c6 square, or maybe even now c6. Then we should have time to maneuver our bishop there to blockade.